Hello mathematicians! Today we're going to be learning about one-step equations, and in this video we're going to be using the inverse additive property. So here we have x plus 12 is equal to 49. Our goal is to isolate x so that we can know the value of x. So in order to do that, I have x plus 12 and I want x by itself, so I have to get rid of the plus 12. And the inverse additive property tells us that if we add the opposite to a number, so if we took 12 and we added its opposite, which is negative 12, then it would be equal 0 and cancel out. Now we know that 12 plus negative 12 is the same thing as 12 minus 12, so we could simply subtract by 12 on both sides. And we know that 12 minus 12 is 0, so that cancels out. On the left side, we're only left with x, and x equals now 49 minus 12. 9 minus 2 is 7, and 4 minus 1 is 3. So our answer here is 37. So now that we've isolated our x, we've learned that the value of x is 37. If we wanted to go back and check our work, all we would have to do is 37 plus 12 equals, and remember that in order to check it, we're going to go back and substitute for x with the value that we found. So 37 plus 12 is 49. So we know that this is correct, and x is equal to 37. So here we have another problem. X plus negative 5 is equal to 80. Now, same thing. Here we have negative 5, and we know its opposite is positive 5. So here, to cancel out this negative 5, I'm going to have to add 5. And whatever we do on one side of the equation, we must do on the other side to keep it balanced. So I'm going to add a 5 here. So these two cancel out because they equal 0. On the left side, I'm only left with x equals 80 plus 5 is 85, so x equals 85. And now if we wanted to go back and check our work, we would have to substitute x with 85. So 85 and then plus negative 5. 85 plus negative 5 is equal to 80 because my signs are different here, so we subtract and we keep the sign of the number with the biggest absolute value. So because we got 80 and 80 here, we know that this is true, and we know that x is equal to 85. So here in our next problem, we have 12 plus x is equal to negative 82. So now our goal here is to isolate our x, so we're going to leave this value alone. And instead, we're going to get rid of this positive 12. Now, even though there's no sign in front of it, we know that it's positive. So in order to get rid of it, we're going to have to take away 12 on both sides. So 12, we're going to subtract 12 here. And whatever we do on one side of the equation, we have to do on the other side. So we're going to take away 12 on the right side as well. Now, a positive 12 and a negative 12, since they're opposites, they cancel out and equal 0. On the left side, I'm only left with x. So x equals, now here I have two numbers with the same signs. So when we have two negative numbers like this, we add them and we keep the negative sign. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 8 plus 1 is 9. And we keep the negative sign. So here x is equal to negative 94. And in order to check our work, we're going to have to go back and substitute x for negative 94. So 12 plus negative 94. Since our signs are different here, we subtract and we get 82. And the number with the biggest absolute value is the negative number, so our answer is negative 82. And that's correct. And for our final problem, we have negative 21 plus x is equal to negative 5. So our goal again is to isolate our x, so we're going to have to get rid of this negative 21. And even though it's not, x plus 21 or x minus 21, it is a negative 21. So in order to get rid of it, we're going to have to do its opposite. We're going to add the opposite, which is positive 21. And if I add 21 on the left side, I have to add it on the right side. So negative 21 and positive 21 cancel out, and that equals 0. On the left side, I'm only left with x is equal to, now here I have negative 5 and positive 21. And since the signs are opposites, I'm going to subtract. So 21 minus 5 is 16. And here the number with the greatest absolute value is 21. So our answer is positive 16. And if I wanted to go back and check our work, we would have to substitute for x. So we would have negative 21 plus 16. Since the signs are different, we subtract. 21 minus 16 is 5. And the number here with the greatest absolute value is our negative number. So we end up with negative 5, which is what we have here. So that's correct. And so x is equal to 16.